Hey everyone, it's Adam here. Today I want to give an honest review based on my experience of what Wix can do, and if is it good, is it bad, is it just not needed? And really the main question I'm determining here is, would I use Wix for my clients or for my own website? We're going to review it a little bit more, and we're going to make sure that just because I use the page builder, is there something else here on the website that might change my mind? I don't think so. We're going to jump right in. So, right off the bat, create a website you're proud of. I wasn't very proud of the website I made yesterday. I honestly didn't put a ton of effort into it, but I felt very limited from the get-go. And maybe that's just because of my experience and how I'm used to using certain tools, and I have a lot more freedom and I can do things differently. And maybe I didn't use the page builder or the website builder, as they call it, efficiently or the right way. But that's how I approached it. I haven't used it before, and that was my experience the first time around. Maybe some of you can relate. Maybe some of you can send tips that you're Wix experts and you can tell me how to set up a website better. Feel free to comment. Feel free to interact. I would love to learn more. But again, I still don't think that would change my opinion, although I can see a place and time for it. So let's dive in here on the website. So I'm scrolling through the homepage and the freedom to create the websites you want. So I get it. Build your own high quality websites. High quality, what does that mean? Again, every single industry, every single person has different standards for different things. So does that mean quality in the sense of code? Does that mean quality in the sense of optimization? I'm not really sure, but they are very much correct in that promoting your business, showcasing your work, opening your store, starting a blog, you can do all of those things. This is very correct. Build your unique online presence. The problem I have with the word unique here is nothing that Wix does is very unique in my opinion, because it's all templated. You're finding elements, you're building things. There might be 1,000 variations, but if there's 1,000 people using, it's very likely someone's gonna have a website similar to you. So is it unique? Probably not, but you can customize it, right? You can add in different features, and they keep talking about optimized for mobile or edit your mobile view so you can see how your website looks. That is something that is very, very common nowadays, because over 50% of your traffic is going to come from mobile, if for majority of websites, and Google indexes mobile first now. So mobile is technically more important than desktop based on Google's own algorithm. So optimize for search engines, answer a few questions about your website location and keywords, and get a personalized SEO plan to get found online. Sounds amazing. Sounds a little too good to be true, to be honest with you. But we're going to dive into that in a later video. But right now I'm just going to kind of go over the different aspects. All in all, they're hitting on the main features of what are needed in a website. You need to be able to customize your site. You need to have advanced features, of course, like a blog, an online store, if you're going to have a useful product, right? A useful website. Mobile view optimized for different devices, having search engine optimization. These are critical pieces to websites that a lot of people forget about, and this makes it easy. So they are saying the right things. Now the question is, how do they back them up, right? So Wix editor, total design freedom, start from scratch or choose from over 500 designer-made templates. Again, you get what you pay for in this regard. You can have someone come in and build you a Wix website and design it from scratch, or you can choose a template that's already pre-made, almost like any other platform, right? So Wix ADI, this is where I went through this because they have artificial design intelligence. It's really just a really simple quiz. It's not really artificial design intelligence, in my opinion. They instantly build a personalized website just for you. Okay. Yes, it made it much easier to get started and narrowed it down faster, but I feel like it caused a little bit more problems than it did. I probably could have started from scratch and made it easier on myself, building different elements of it. But again, this is great if you don't know what you're trying to do and you want to just follow a process. Corvid, this is their open dev platform. This is something new. They just launched it this year. I've looked into it quite a bit, but in reality, it's essentially targeting higher level professionals, people who build websites for other people, like myself, or they're for agencies or for bigger projects, meaning like large scale websites. This 95% of the people who use Wix are not even going to touch Corvid or really ever going to need it. It's a cool feature, but again, this is not something else that's unique. There's other platforms out there that have something similar to this already. So it's something that's unique to Wix and allows you to extend Wix way beyond what you've previously been able to do. That's cool. But at the end of the day, giving perspective, it's all right. So you can see here a lot of what they're talking about. The best SEO, that's a pretty bold thing. Custom domains. I don't know why that's optimal. Like that's such a big deal. You can set up a domain however you want with anything. Online store, mobile optimized, logo maker, beautiful blog. I mean, a lot of these things are great, and yes, Wix can help you do them. I don't necessarily buy into the fact that you can do all this and make it as easy as it sounds. Manage and grow your business online. How to create a free website. I would never recommend having a free website. That means Wix will advertise on it. That means you don't own anything related to it. Your domain, all of that is attached to Wix. Think about this. If your domain is your unique identifier and you have a free domain, and you're using a Wix domain, you're giving Wix more authority. You're giving Wix more power. It's not helping you at all from an SEO perspective. If you have a custom domain, then sure, it's being credited to your custom domain. It actually is helping you grow, but all of that content, even if you use the logo maker, all of those things are actually not yours. And if you cancel your subscription, you lose access to them. And just to reiterate, because I talked about this in the earlier video, with using the logo creator, I've read the terms and conditions, you technically can't sell it or transfer that logo. There's also a lot of nuances with using their service. You technically, when you get into the nuances of it, like adding ads or ad servers, or if you wanted to start like a blog and you get revenue from it, there's limitations to each of those options that you have to be very careful about. So if you ever want to monetize your website, you got to look at Wix very carefully to make sure you can monetize it in the way you want to, or you'll be limited, right? So this is really getting into the nuance of you want to have a custom domain always. You probably want to have it separate than Wix so that you control access to it and you can basically have hosting switch whenever you want. And you need to be careful of anytime you're using a closed service or closed network that you don't own or you don't control, then you need to be very careful what the downsides are. There's a reason why they can charge such a low price, because they replicate the same thing for everyone, and that's all on the same server, it's all in the same process. But because it's for everyone, it's very similar, it's very generic, you don't control your own content, right? You have it, you do own it, but you have to save it off of that website before you'd ever cancel it or you lose it. So sign up for a free website page builder that comes with Wix, customize the template. Again, get ready for business, publish your website, drive traffic, use advanced. So again, all of these things, good, sound great, but there's not a lot of substance here of what, because it's all on you at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, you have drag and drop of 100 design features, but you have to select the design feature that works for you. You got to get ready for business. You got to make sure all of your system, your information, all these integrations are set up. Publish your website and go live. Yep, you got to go live with it if you're going to want people to see it, and then drive traffic to your site. I mean, using SEO and integrated marketing solutions, I get it. You can get advertising with AdWords and Bing and other advertising services to drive traffic to you. But again, that doesn't necessarily mean, even if you're driving traffic to your site, what does that mean? Maybe if they come to your site and leave, that's a bounce rate. Like you can have 100 people come to your website every day and 100% of them bounce, meaning 100% bounce rate. You're having no value add. If you're having 5 people come to your website today, but 0 of them are bouncing, they're actually reading your content, that's actually more value add than 100 people, because you're really honing in on the market, the people who you're communicating to, who you're connecting with. It's not really about the numbers. It's about who you're targeting, who you're connecting with. And this is where the SEO tools, It doesn't matter if you set up SEO properly with these tools, which I've looked at them. They are working you in the right direction to set your SEO properly. The problem is if you don't know the keywords you want to target for, you don't know what you're trying to find or what niche you're specified in, then none of this is going to help you. And half of the battle, more than half of the battle with SEO, is not about setting up the metadata, the on-page information, which we can get into. It's really about who and what you're targeting and who you're talking to. And that's something that is completely omitted here. It seems like, oh, you can do it yourself. You can type in whatever keywords you think. No, it's not that simple. And there's a reason why people do an immense amount of research in these items to make sure they're on the right track. It's not just a spur of the moment, oh, I think this is a great thing. So keep that in mind if you do use this tool. Don't just type in whatever first comes to your mind. Do a little research. Studying templates. The style of the templates, in my opinion, they're very basic. You're not following a lot of specific design trends. I do see larger text. It's like the 1, 2, 3, larger text, the subtext, and then the button, the call to action. It's eye catching. You have the nice image. You have the top menu bar, which is very standard. You do have some that are none. You have the sidebar. I don't really know. I don't see how it would look on mobile, so it's kind of hard to tell if this is the best option or not. But overall, they're okay. I'm not anything super impressive here, and these look super similar to me. They're supposed to be different, but they're exact same almost. This is just a little bit simpler at the top, right? Anyway, the biggest thing here that is going back to it, and I can kind of talk through this, is the why. Now, in my review of Wix here, Wix is focused on building you a website as easy, as quick, and as simple as possible. And what I have to say to that is they do it well in the sense of making it pretty organized, pretty straightforward. But I feel like there's something missing here. And when I say that is from my experience, some of the least important things about websites is sometimes comes down to the design and the actual way it's built. It's a lot more related to the copy, the content, and in what you're trying to sell, who you're selling to, and how you're connecting to them. And I don't see anything really on here about helping you actually plan out your website properly for your industry. I don't see anything here. So they're only getting you part of the way. They're getting you to the point where you can actually feel confident in your website. But is there any assurance that your website's actually going to work? Are you going to get the ROI? Are you going to get that return? Are you going to provide value to your business? Building a website on Wix. And my humble opinion, and based on my experience, is no, Wix is not going to be able to get you there. And the main reason why is that you are the expert of your business, right? If you're starting an organization, starting a website, these things, you are the expert there, right? And that's great. And if you're going to build a website to get started and get online, Wix could be a good option. You might explore it. The reason why there's so many companies out there that build websites is there's much more to building a website than just building the website. It's about how you set up the architecture, right? How it flows, the different pages you're setting up, what type of content you need, where, the images that are being used, right? The way that you're integrating it with your business. Are you just setting up a website and forgetting about it? Or are you actually setting up a website that is useful? It's an asset of your business that's fully integrated. Whether you're selling products online, it's integrated into your inventory management system. Or are you basically able to rely on your website to be a part of the team and it pulls its own weight? And that's a very different story when you get into that and when you have to rely on a website and when you're getting to those more high level questions. And that's why Wix is not necessarily going to be great. So my review of that from my perspective of building websites, of working with businesses and having to help them change over their business or get them set up on different levels, is that Wix is not going to be the best option for you.